Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're retaking a deep dive into one of the most incredible stories in world history, the birth of the United States of America. How did a group of colonies take on the mightiest empire on Earth and win? Stick around to find out. It all starts in the late 1700s. The American colonies were buzzing with new ideas about freedom and self-government. But across the Atlantic, Great Britain had other plans. Tensions were high, with colonists protesting things like the Stamp Act and the Tea Act. They famously shouted, "No taxation without representation." They felt they were being treated unfairly, forced to pay taxes without having any say in the British government. King George III and Parliament weren't listening, and soon things reached a boiling point. The air was thick with tension, and it felt like something big was about to happen. War was inevitable. On April 19, 1775, the first shots were fired at Lexington and Concord in Massachusetts. This was the shot heard round the world, an event that signaled the start of a revolution. Farmers and shopkeepers, known as Minutemen, stood up against professionally trained British soldiers. The American Revolution had officially begun. For a year, the colonies fought, not yet for independence, but for their rights as British citizens. However, it became clear that a complete break was necessary. So, on a hot summer day, July 4, 1776, leaders from the 13 colonies gathered in Philadelphia and signed the Declaration of Independence. This powerful document, primarily written by a young Thomas Jefferson, laid out a revolutionary idea that all men are created equal and have unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It was a bold, defiant statement to the world, but declaring independence was one thing. Winning it was a whole different ballgame. The Continental Army, led by the stoic General George Washington, faced an uphill battle. His soldiers were a ragtag group of volunteers, often hungry, poorly equipped, and sometimes even barefoot in the snow. They were up against the British Redcoats, one of the most powerful and disciplined armies in the world. The early years of the war were brutal, with many losses and hardships, like the freezing winter at Valley Forge. It seemed like an impossible fight, but the colonist spirit never broke. Their determination and knowledge of the land gave them a unique advantage. The turning point came with the Battle of Saratoga in 1777. This stunning American victory convinced in France that the colonists actually had a chance to win. So, France, eager to weaken its old rival Britain, joined the war on the American side, providing crucial money, troops, and naval support. This alliance changed everything. With French help and Washington's brilliant leadership, the Continental Army started to turn the tide. The final act came in 1781 at the Battle of Yorktown. Surrounded by American and French forces on land and a French fleet at sea, the British General Cornwallis had no choice but to surrender. The impossible had happened. The world watched in amazement as the underdog colonies defeated a global superpower. With the war won, it was time to build a nation. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed. and Great Britain officially recognized the United States as an independent country. But freedom came with new challenges. The young nation needed a strong, stable government. So, in 1787, America's greatest minds, including James Madison, Benjamin Franklin, and Alexander Hamilton, gathered once again in Philadelphia. Their mission was to create a rule book for the new nation. The result was the United States Constitution, a groundbreaking document that established a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, with a system of checks and balances. 2 years later, in 1789, the hero of the Revolution, George Washington, was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. The story of America's founding is more than just battles and documents. It's a story of ordinary people who fought for an extraordinary idea. The idea that they could govern themselves and create a nation founded on liberty. It wasn't a perfect beginning, and the country has faced many struggles on its long journey. But the American Revolution changed the course of history forever, inspiring movements for freedom and democracy all around the globe. If you found this story fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. What historical event should we explore next? Let me know your ideas in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.